You see, many people have been asking me that, what is your best memory? Well, as long as I have known Philip I call him Philip, you know. As long as I know Philip, God knows, for 28 years, every day of my life is the best memory for me. So it's very hard to say which one, because every day of my life, just the best memory. But what is the happiest day of my life is the day I met Philip. That's the happiest day of my life. Because I remember when I walked in to my friend's house, and he said he has this band from California. Well, I didn't know nothing about the band name or who's who. So I just sat down next to Philip, and we just like that, we got connected, and we started laughing. I was laughing what he was saying. He was laughing the way I speak, or none of us, I think, believed that what we were talking about. We were just laughing, and we got totally connected. And then after that, we went to my place. And this is really interesting, because I don't really remember this particular part, but he said I was supposed to drop him at his motel. So I just drove to my house, my flat, we call it in London, flat, apartment. So I parked my car there. This is what he's saying to me. I really don't remember that part, because of course he was in Jack and Coke and I was up there, and so I parked my car, and then I went to my flat, apartment. And he said to me after he was sitting in the car and saying, is she coming back? Where did she go? I don't know nowhere. I don't know where I am. And so he sat down for a while, and he was just wondering. And then he said, I better go up. So he come back upstairs, and I was doing my own things or whatever. And he stayed there for a week, and no one knew where he was. And my friend that I met Philip in his house called me, and he said, Hanna, what happened to Philip? Where is he? We are all looking for him. I said, I don't know. I dropped him at his motel. And and then Philip, of course, in the background, having a good time, didn't care, you know. And I was saying, I don't know. And listen, stop asking me this. I dropped him at his motel. I don't remember, but that was his motel or hotel. So I come back, and we had a great time. It was like, in that 1 week, it was like we knew each other forever. We start a relationship in love, and then later on he asked me that if I can go with him here, to live here. I said, well, that's a big step, you know, I can't leave everything there and just come here. I said, why don't I come for a month and see how the things goes and get the feeling. So here I comes here, and I see, oh my God, because he had like, there were 6 brothers and 1 sister. So all these 6 guys is standing there looking, who's this girl Philip was talking about? So I got there, and I had a great time, and I decided, you know, I love to come and, you know, live with him. And amazing. He was a beautiful guy, a beautiful, loving, caring father, husband, partner, best friend. Even from the beginning, I realized that he was really special, the way he was with people. He cared about life. He loves life, not just his own life. He cares about people's life. And he was fascinated to listen to people's story, no matter who they were, fans, friends, family. He just wanted to listen to them, and he totally focused, as lots of you fans know, that you have had that experience with him, that when you talk to him, he made you feel like he's your friend. And that's how he was with everybody. And I never forget that we were walking downtown San Francisco, and there's a guy standing on the corner and say, hi man, how you doing, you know, to everybody, and everybody passing by. And Philip would look at this guy and say, it would draw him to this guy. Something must be interesting about this guy. He would go and talk for a long time and really focus to what this guy was saying about his life. And he's listening, and then he comes to me and he say, do you know what kind of a life this guy had? That was so interesting. And it didn't matter, it was just that guy. If we walked to the store and this girl started talking about the life or whatever, Philip would listen. Many fans and friends, people, ask me, how did he come up with this idea of writing the lyrics? How did he do it? And do they have any meaning behind it? Of course, just think about it. If you talk to all those people and listen to the story of their life and then bring it to the paper and write it down, when we listen to the music, we kind of get connected to that song because we see something in ourselves or we know someone else that is connected to that song. So, of course, they have a meaning. The song should have a meaning, you know. And for him, he never sat down and say, okay, I'm going to write a song about this. No, that didn't happen. For him, it was different. For him, whatever comes from his soul. And then all these songs that he's written, that I have to organize and what goes where, some of the story, the stuff that he's written himself. And when I read that, it's almost like a love letter. It's so beautiful. Then I go back to the old tapes. That just was overwhelming for me. I found this old cassette tape. It says, original Hanna. And there was another one saying, feisty Hanna. I am feisty. And then when I read all the lyrics, I see a piece of me on each lyrics. Except one, mean streak. Hey guys, no. That is being written for someone specific. Mean streak, I'm not mean. Philip had a wonderful sense of humor. I mean, as far as at home, he would just lay down and say something, and I would just die laughing. Totally different than I am. I am funny, but including my expression, the way I talk, my accent, the way I move and say stuff, is all together make it funny. But for Philip, he would just say there's something, I would just start laughing. Of course, the guys in the band, they have more story of that because they hang around with him, you know, on the road, and they've seen so much stuff. And of course, some of them he would come and tell me, and I said, oh, you didn't do that, did you? He said, yes, I did. And I was like, laughing and laughing. I couldn't believe it. And he was just so special and pure soul. No matter how people were mean to him or say negative, or we are a human being, we always have somebody say something negative or mean or anything like that. But for him, he would never say anything that would hurt their feeling. He wouldn't do that, never. Instead, I guess he would go to the studio and put all his frustration to his music. So he could get a peace of mind. And that's what the music really is supposed to do to you, anyhow. And he was just one of a kind. I mean, we all get frustrated, things happen. And when I used to get frustrated about something, like for example, lady park front of my house, and that's my spot, and I get really upset, and Philip used to come and say, it's okay, Hanna, it's okay, I move my car, just park there, just park there. I said, but she does it every day. It's okay, it's okay, it's okay, let it go, let it go. So now if I get upset about something, I can hear him say, let it go, let it go, and I let it go. If I have been the luckiest woman in the whole world, that someone as special as Philip come into my life. I'm very grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. And every day I tell him how beautiful you were. I have been the luckiest woman in the whole world that someone as special as Philip come into my life. I'm very grateful for that. I am so grateful for that. And every day I tell him how beautiful you were. Amazing. He was a beautiful guy, a beautiful, loving, caring father, husband, partner, best friend.
I love you.